Good afternoon. But in the last class, I had asked you to go ahead and think about examples in which you can go ahead and you can, have more equation, less variable, and have different kind of solution, which is no solution, unique solution, and infinite solutions. So let's just quickly think of some examples here. Example 1, unique solution. When we talk about having a unique solution, what we go ahead and what we can have, beta, for example, 2x plus 4y is equal to 6. X plus 2y is equal to 3. 2x plus y is equal to 6. So how many equations do I have? I have 3 equations. I have 3 equations. But I will get a unique solution here. Why? Because if you notice, equation 1 and 2 are literally the same, isn't it? If I multiply equation 2 with 2, or if I divide equation 1 with 2, I will get the second. So which means if I were to go ahead and if I were to plot these equations, I just have 2 variables. This equation number 1, it would have gone to 2x by 6 plus 4y by 6 is equal to 1. It would have given me x by 3 plus 2y by 3 equal to 1. So I can rewrite this as x by 3 plus y divided by 3 by 2 equal to 1. It means that my intercept is 3 and 3 by 2. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and this is 3 by 2. And I can just join this line and I will get this, right? This takes care of this equation. Now let's try this one. So I have x plus 2y is equal to 3. I can divide throughout by 3. X by 3 plus y divided by 3 by 2 is 1. And I get exactly the same intercept. So it's the same line. And if I look at the third line, I will get 2x plus y equal to 6. I can divide by 6 throughout. And I will get x by 3 plus y by 6 equal to 1. So my intercept will be 3 here and 6 here. So lines are intersecting exactly once. If they go ahead and if they intersect exactly once, I will go ahead and I will have a unique solution, right? So money with 3 equations, I am able to go ahead and I am able to get one unique solution. अब हम क्या कर सकते हैं ना? We can go ahead and we can take infinite solution, and this will be very easy for you to understand. So if I have x plus 2y is equal to 4, 2x plus 4y is equal to 8, 3x plus 6y is equal to 12. So you will notice that all these 3 equations are actually the same. When you will be plotting them, you will get just one line, right? So it means that when I plot this, I will get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. This will be my line. When you plot the other one, same line. When you plot the third one, same line. So 3 equations are actually representing the same line. They are representing absolutely same thing, isn't it? So if they are representing the same thing, can't I go ahead and say that all points on this line will satisfy this equation? So point coordinate 4, 0 will also satisfy all three equations. Coordinate 0, 2 will also satisfy all three equations. So all three equations will be satisfied by many points. This point, this point, this point, this point, this point, this point, many points. So there are infinite solutions to this one. The third one is where you have no solution. So you can take an example like this. 2x plus, so let's begin with x. X plus 2y is equal to 2. 2x plus 4y is equal to 5. 3x plus 6y is equal to, so let's take this as 7. Right. Let us try to plot these lines. So I have x, 0, y. Now the first line, if I just try to plot this, I will get the x coordinate as 2 or y coordinate as 1, and my line will become this. This will be my line. If I try to plot the second one, I will have 2x plus 4y is equal to 5. I can divide by 5 throughout, and I will get x by 5 by 2 plus y by 5 by 4 is equal to 1. 5 by 2 means 2.5. So if I take this as 3, यहाँ पे 2.5 आएगा, ये x का coordinate है. And 5 by 4 means 1.25, so more than 1, somewhere over here. Okay. So if I go ahead and if I join this, I will get a line like this. Similarly, you can plot the next line. So you will notice that these will be parallel lines with no intersection at all. So it means that there will be no solution possible. There will be no solution possible. So what we have learned is that when I have more equation and less variables, here I had 2 variables and 3 equations. I can have unique solution. I can have infinite solution. I can have no solution. Everything is a possibility. Okay. Let us go ahead and take this example now. So what we have is, we have 3 equations given to us, and there are just 2 variables. So 2 variables and 3 equations. We need to identify the type of solution, and also if it is an infinite solution, we need to identify the free variable. I'll just tell you the concept of free variable through this question only. Okay? So what we can go ahead and what we can therefore do in this case is, first of all, let's write this matrix in the augmented matrix format. Pehle isko augmented matrix format mein likh lete hain. So if I go ahead and if I write this in the augmented matrix format, I will write the coefficient of x here, coefficient of y here, and the right-hand side here. And I will try to convert this in the RREF format, reduced echelon form format. So what I can do is I can do some operations, right? So I do this operation that R2 goes to R2 minus 2R1, and R3 goes to R3 minus 2R1, right? So 2 minus 2 becomes 0, 1 minus 6 becomes minus 5, minus 3 minus 2 becomes minus 5, 2 minus 2 becomes 0, 2 minus 6 becomes minus 4, minus 2 minus 2 becomes minus 4. I have performed this operation. Now you notice I am getting 0 here. Everything below this, sorry, a 1 here. Everything below this is 0. Okay, ye row sort ho gaya. In the next row, I should have the leading element to the right, and the leading element should be 1. So I need a 1 here. right? I need a 1 here. So if I need a 1 here, then I am going to divide this by -5. And at the same time, I also want a 0 here. So before getting a 0, I will just simplify this thing. And I will also divide R3 by -4. So the moment I divide R3 by -4, I will get this. I will get 1, 3, 1, 0, 1, 1, and 0, 1, 1. Right? Now, if you notice, row 3 is exactly row 2. Row 3 has nothing different than row 2. It is absolutely the same. So if row 3 is exactly row 2, there is no need to actually go ahead and do anything to row 3. But still, if you want to go ahead and you want to simplify, then you can go ahead and just do that R3 goes to R3 minus R2. R3 goes to R3 minus R2. So if you do that, then your row 3 is absolutely gone, right? So you will get 1, 3, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. ये आ गया. बस अब सॉल्व कर लो. ये आपका, this is x1, this is x2. So you can go ahead and solve this. So go to this equation. ये तो पूरा zeros है. Go to this equation. 0x1 plus 1x2 equal to 1. So x2 will be 1. Go to this one. 1x1 plus 3x2 is 1. So 1x1 plus 3 into 1 is 1. x1 is equal to 1 minus 3, which means minus 2. Which means minus 2. Right? So you will go ahead and you will get the answer as -2 and 1. Right? Excuse me. This is what will happen in this case. Okay. Now let us go ahead to the next question. Try to take this one. So now what we are doing is, again, we will write this in the matrix form. 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, minus 3, 2, 2, 0. And we'll try to bring this in the RREF format. Let's try to bring this in the RREF format. So again, let's try to perform some operations on this. So I go ahead and I perform the first operation, which is going to be R2 goes to R2 minus 2R1 and R3 goes to R3 minus 2R1. Right? When you perform these operations, you will get this. Right? Again, you can divide R2 by -5 and R3 by -2. When you go ahead and when you divide this, you will get this. 1, 3, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 2, 1. Right? Is this clear? So now here is the thing. You don't even have to simplify. Just look at the last two rows. This is x1, this is x2. This row tells me 0x1 plus 2x2 should be 1. So x2 should be half. This row tells me 0x1 plus 1x2 should be 1. So x2 should be 1. So I am getting two different values of x2, which is not possible, right? X2 cannot have two separate values, right? You can either have infinite solutions or you can have unique solution. You cannot have two values of x2, right? So which means that, so there are just two variables, x and y, right? So it is not possible to get two separate different values of x2. So which means that ultimately it is a no solution case. There is no solution. We are getting inconsistent answer. Now come to the third type of question. Of course, you can see from here also that second is just twice of first and third is just thrice of first. But even if I go ahead and even if I write this in the matrix format, I will get 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. Right? So what will I go ahead and what can I do? R2 goes to R2 minus 2 times R1. R3 goes to R3 minus 3 times R1. And you will notice that they will all become 0. right? They will go ahead and they will become 0. This will become 0, sorry. It will become all 0, right? So when it will go ahead and become 0, you will be having only this as your equation. So you will have 1x1 plus 2x2, sorry, 1x2 equal to 1. So x1 plus x2 equal to 1. This is just one equation that you have, right? If you don't want to write in x1, x2, you can write in x and y also. So you just have one equation, right? So different points of x1 and x2 can give you the solution. Now here we can talk about a free variable. What will we mean by a free variable? I can say that x2 is a free variable which takes the value k. This k can be anything. K can be 1, 2, -4, -5, -10. K can be anything. But x1 will be 1 minus x2, which means 1 minus k. So depending on the value that x2 takes, x2 kya value lega k ka, you will get different values of x1, right? So, but there will be infinite solution, because for different values of x2, you will get different values of x1. You are left up with only one equation. So therefore, infinite solution. Okay. Now, this is a similar question that I have gone ahead and I have taken. So I am going to just pause the screen and you can take this as a homework. Right? You can take this question as a homework. Here, I have already given you augmented matrix form, right? From here, you can understand that there are three variables, x, y, and z. And you need to identify the value of x, y, and z. You need to find what x, y, and z are going to be. Okay. So please make a note of this question. And you will go ahead and you will get the answer as this. Okay. Let's take one last question here for this kind of questions. So here you are again given some equations, right?